Buying computers then versus now. Oh man, this is hella expensive. $10,000 is like house money.
It's still expensive, but it is getting cheaper.
Wow, computers are getting twice as fast and half as cheap.
Shit, I need to buy a new one every year just to keep up with technology. Ah shit, Windows Aero is ruining my performance. I've got to upgrade. Whoa, look at how cheap these netbooks are getting. In fact, look at how cheap all PCs are getting. Bro, why would you not build a PC? It makes perfect sense to get gaming and productivity on the same machine. Oh, prices are starting to creep up a bit. Bruh, $2,500 for a GPU is insane. $4,000 for a GPU? How much is RAM? Bro, how expensive are SSDs? And now consoles are that expensive? Not like I could afford it even if it was cheap. What is the oldest iPhone that FaceTime works on? So I remember back in 2023 using FaceTime on an iPhone 4 and it totally worked. So it got me thinking, what is the oldest iPhone that FaceTime would still work on? And the answer may shock you. So the iPhone 2G didn't have FaceTime, nor did it have a front-facing camera, and the rear camera was photos only. The 3G was identical to the 2G spec-wise, just added 3G. The 3GS introduced video recording, but it still only had a rear camera. The iPhone 4 was the first to introduce FaceTime, but that same iPhone 4 from my old video died. So you would think that FaceTime would work on a 4S, right? Nope. I first tried this on a 4S on iOS 6 and nope, it can't sign into my account nor make calls. But even updating it to the latest iOS 9.3, it still wouldn't sign in with FaceTime. It's the same story with the iPhone 5. FaceTime does not work. The 5S runs iOS 12 and nope, FaceTime doesn't work. It is what I thought, because it just worked on live camera. That worked? It also initially didn't work on the iPhone 6, but I checked the updates, and what do you know? Apple released a 12.5.8 update to ensure FaceTime works through 2027. It just takes a while to activate. So the oldest iPhone that still works with FaceTime is the iPhone 5S, which is running iOS 12. It's crazy, since I've had these phones for years now, I can see my iMessages from 2024, and I tested the iPhone 4S with FaceTime in 2024, which worked. So it's in the last year that Apple shut down FaceTime for everything below a 5S. So let me know what else I should test and follow! iPhones versus Android, but in 2012. The iPhone 16 Pro. And the reason why I picked the iPhone 16 Pro is because the Android I have is the S24 Ultra. Samsung's screen is bigger. I think it's 6.8 inches versus 6.3. And as we all know, bigger is better. These do have massive camera bumps. And the main camera for the S24 is 200 megapixels. The 16 Pro is like 48 megapixels. But that is all well and good. What was it like in 2012, the iPhone 5 versus the Samsung Galaxy S3. So right away you can see that Samsung still bigger. This is 4 inches versus 4.8. I don't know about you, but 4 inches is a lot. Both modern phones have OLED displays, which is pretty much industry standard now. The S3 does have what they call an AMOLED display, which is just an OLED display. The iPhone 5 has an LCD display. The iPhone 16 Pro has Face ID. This S24 also has Face ID, but it's not like the full array, so you can fool it with a photo. You can see that in 2012, no one had this. Like they don't have any biometric authentication. So what was the price difference between these two? What is the price difference between these two? I'm making my editor do my research now, sorry. Imagine being a tech reviewer in 2012. I would still go with the iPhone 5 though, just because it does feel more premium. But let me know what you think. Follow! What if you time travel to invest in Microsoft, but accidentally make Windows 11? Oh man, I'm gonna be rich. Whoa, is that MS-DOS? Who are you? Who are you? I'm Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, and yeah, that's MS-DOS, but how do you know that? Whoa, I would like to invest in Microsoft. Really? Wow, thanks. Yeah, your company is gonna make me rich. How so? Well, first you copy Apple to get the graphical user interface. Oh wow, that's a good idea. Then you'll make a non-exclusive deal with IBM to get the money and then get Windows on everything. Okay. Windows 95 will release with the start menu and you'll use Internet Explorer to destroy all other browsers. Let me write that down. Windows XP will be the pinnacle of computing, but then you'll fail miserably with Windows Vista. Windows 8 will be a disaster, Windows Mobile will be a disaster, you'll copy Apple a few more times with the Zune, but it doesn't matter since you have a monopoly over the industry.
Monopoly. Got it.
Windows 10 will be your peak. You'll invest heavily into cloud and subscriptions.
Subscriptions, you say?
Windows 11 will be universally hated. You'll dump billions into AI and force people to use it, but it wouldn't matter.
Why not?
You've made the world dependent on Windows.
Amazing.
And I'm gonna get rich off of...
Wait, I haven't invested yet.
Boy, those were some good ideas.
What if Linux ruled the world instead of Windows?
Wait, are you... Makir? What happened to my Windows PC?
Windows? Is that like a new fork or Fedora or something?
No, Windows, the OS everyone uses. You know, Bill Gates, blue screens, updates and restarts right in the middle of your gaming session.
Wait, in your world, the computer decides when it wants to restart?
That's some dystopian sci-fi stuff, man. So wait, there's no Windows or Windows-like paid OS in this world?
Paying for operating systems? My god, what world did you come from?
And why are you using terminal commands to open a browser? Where's the icons? Where's the start menu?
Start menu? Why would I want a menu to tell me what I have installed?
How do you open programs?
I just type in terminal like the rest?
And what's gaming like in this Linux-only world?
Gaming is incredible. Every game runs at 200 FPS, provided you spend 3 days writing a custom Vulkan wrapper for the anti-cheat. It's part of the fun.
What if I can't?
Well, that's why they make smartphones, kid. For the normies.
What about the non-techies?
I guess they find it complicated, so most of them stick to smartphones and not use PCs.
What?
It's their loss for not being technical.
Oh, maybe this isn't better. Let's go back to a Fruger era world with the Samsung Galaxy S3. So I am an Apple shill, that much is clear, but you guys have been bombarding the comments telling me to try a Samsung Galaxy S3. So I went online, found this one for 14 pounds. That's like a burger meal. It came in and yeah, it works. So I got an O2 SIM because that's what ChatGPT said, popped it in and yep, that works. Calls work, so does the Wi-Fi, but the internet is basically useless on this phone. Bro, look at all these nostalgic app logos. This takes me back to 2012. So I couldn't sign into the Play Store. The YouTube app doesn't work. Gmail doesn't work. Samsung apps don't work. But it doesn't matter. Look at the sounds this phone makes. Even the background is all skies and water and Fruger Aero. Now compared to the iPhone 5, which was its competition, it is bigger, but I definitely prefer iOS over Android. However, the look and thinness of this phone still holds up in 2026. As a phone though, this does support 4G, so you can still use it for calls, but apart from that, this phone is pretty much useless. So let me know what other phones I should use, and subscribe! The PS5 is now $200 more expensive because of AI. Remember when the PS5 Pro was like $700 and we all thought that was ridiculous? It's $900 now. $900, excuse me. So from April 2nd, 2026, every PS5 model is going up in price. So the PS5 Disc Edition used to be $499, it's now going to be $650. The Digital Edition launched at $399, jumped to $450, and now will be $600. And of course, the PS5 Pro is going to go from $700 to $900. Also, these are American prices, so the regular $650 PS5 will actually end up costing you $720 after tax. PS5 Pro will nearly be $1,000 after tax. Remember when consoles used to get cheaper with time? The reason is rising prices for RAM and other components, which is rising because of AI. It's not just PlayStation, by the way. Xbox also announced steep price increases a few months ago, but no one really buys an Xbox, so. And what makes you think the Switch 2 is going to be safe? In fact, I'm pretty sure that our iPhones and MacBooks and other consumer electronics will jump in price pretty soon. The prices are going up because of AI, but this is just going to make consumers hate AI, who then won't use it. Let me know what you think.